What if I told you that your habits, yes, the little things you do every day without even thinking, are shaping the course of your life? From the moment you hit snooze in the morning to the hours spent scrolling through social media late at night, every habit we engage in builds a structure that determines our success, health, and happiness. Now, here's the big question. Are your habits serving you or sabotaging you? Breaking bad habits and building powerful new ones isn't just about discipline or sheer willpower. It's about understanding the deeper layers of psychology that drive behavior, patterns tied to emotional triggers, mental frameworks, and even our identity. But here's the good news. Once you understand the psychology behind habits, you can rewrite the script. Today, we'll break it all down, giving you actionable tools to take charge of your habits and, ultimately, your life. And at the end, we'll tie this back to emotional intelligence, the ultimate skill for mastering your habits and your mind. The hidden forces behind your habits. Let's start with a fundamental truth. Habits don't just happen. They are the result of a neurological process called the habit loop. At the core of this loop are three elements: the cue, the routine, and the reward. Picture this. Every time you feel stressed, you might reach for a bag of chips or open your favorite streaming app. The stress is your cue. Eating or binging a show is the routine, and the temporary comfort or distraction you feel is the reward. Over time, this loop becomes automatic, carving neural pathways in your brain that reinforce the habit. But here's the twist. This same loop is the key to change. If you can understand and disrupt the loop, you can break free of bad habits and build new ones. It all starts with awareness. Why is it so hard to disrupt the habit loop? And why do we keep falling back into old patterns, even when we know they're bad for us? To answer this, we need to explore the emotional drivers of our habits. The emotional drivers of habits. Habits aren't just about actions. They're deeply tied to our emotional states. Think about it. When do you indulge in your worst habits? Is it when you're happy and confident, or when you're stressed, bored, or anxious? The truth is, most bad habits are coping mechanisms for uncomfortable emotions. The role of stress and anxiety. Stress in particular is one of the biggest drivers of bad habits. That's because stress activates your brain's survival mode, making you seek immediate comfort. Whether it's smoking, snacking, or mindlessly scrolling, these behaviors offer a quick, though temporary sense of relief. How emotional intelligence fits in. This is where emotional intelligence comes into play. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, manage, and redirect your emotions. By becoming aware of your triggers, those moments when you feel the urge to engage in a bad habit, you can pause, reflect, and make a conscious choice to act differently. So how do we break free from this emotional cycle and retrain our brains? Let's break it down into actionable steps. Practical steps to break bad habits. Breaking a bad habit isn't about willpower, it's about strategy. Here are 5 steps rooted in psychology to help you succeed. 1. Identify the cue. Every habit starts with a cue. This could be a time of day, an emotional state, or even a specific environment. For example, do you reach for sugary snacks every afternoon? That time of day might be your cue. Identifying these triggers is the first step to disrupting the cycle. 2. Replace, don't erase. Habits don't disappear. They're replaced. For instance, instead of eating snacks when stressed, try sipping herbal tea or doing a quick 5-minute meditation. The key is to find a replacement behavior that satisfies the same emotional need. 3. Modify your environment. Our surroundings heavily influence our habits. If you want to break a bad habit, set yourself up for success by removing temptations. Want to stop snacking late at night? Don't keep junk food in the house. On the flip side, if you want to build a new habit, make it easy to access. Place your workout gear where you'll see it every morning. 4. Build in accountability. Share your goals with a friend or join a supportive community. When someone else knows about your intentions, you're more likely to stick with them. Accountability creates a sense of responsibility that strengthens your resolve. 5. Journal for awareness. Keeping a journal of your habits, good and bad, can help you see patterns you might not have noticed before. Write down when the habit happens, what triggered it, and how you felt afterward. This reflection builds awareness, which is the foundation of change. But breaking bad habits is only half the equation. How do you create habits that truly transform your life and make them stick? This is where the science of habit formation gets exciting. Building powerful new habits. Building new habits is like planting seeds. It takes consistency, nurturing, and patience. Here's how you can ensure your new habits take root and grow into lasting change. 1. Start with identity. The most effective habits are tied to your identity. Instead of saying, "I want to run more," say, "I am a runner." Every time you act in alignment with this identity, whether it's putting on your running shoes or taking a 5-minute jog, you reinforce it. Over time, these small actions build a self-image that drives long-term change. 2. Use the 2-minute rule. Habits should be so small they're impossible to fail. Want to read more? Start with 1 page a day. Want to meditate? Begin with 2 minutes. These tiny steps build momentum, making it easier to expand the habit over time. 3. Celebrate small wins. Reward yourself for your progress, no matter how small. Positive reinforcement strengthens the habit loop, making it more likely that the behavior will stick. Tying it back to emotional intelligence. At the heart of every habit is an emotion. And at the heart of every successful habit, change is emotional intelligence. By learning to manage your emotions, you gain the power to change your behavior and your life. Emotional intelligence helps you recognize when stress or boredom is driving a bad habit. It teaches you to pause, reflect, and choose a healthier alternative. Without emotional intelligence, habit change is a constant battle. With it, it becomes a journey of self-awareness and growth. So, what's the first habit you want to tackle? And how can emotional intelligence help you master it? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories. Remember, breaking bad habits and building new ones isn't just about discipline. It's about understanding yourself, your triggers, your emotions, and your values. And it's about using that understanding to create a life that aligns with who you want to be. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. In our next video, we'll dive deeper into emotional intelligence, the ultimate key to mastering not just your habits, but your entire mindset. Stay tuned, and let's continue this journey of growth together.